Okay, so if you're struggling with your putting, today I'm going to show you some things that we need to look at, and it's going to help get your putting back on track. So there are three elements to putting. There is green reading, there is distance control, and there is starting the ball on the right line. So for today's video, I'm not going to talk about green reading. I have got other videos that I'll put a link to at the top of the page on how to read a green. So we're going to focus on those first two, the two elements: getting the putter face square at impact, starting the ball on line, and then the other one is working on our distance control. So generally when someone comes to me and they say, look, I'm having a bad run with putting, I go through the basics. So one of the first things I check is the putter face aligned correctly? So I've got these two alignment sticks here. It is a left to right breaking putt. The wind is coming from behind me, so it's influencing the ball left to right. So it's going to add a little bit more left to right to it. It's also slightly downhill here. So we've got all these things contributing to a left to right putt. So when you look at it from this angle here, it looks like I'm breaking, it's going to break a long way left. Well, it is, but it's the start line. If I hit it on that line firm, it's not going to take the break. So getting the ball to go in, you've got to hit it at the right pace at the right line. So the first thing I really look at is putter face alignment. So I've put these two alignment sticks down, and when I take my setup, all I'm really thinking of here is, am I forming a right angle between the putter face and these two alignment sticks? So if I get up here and I have my putter face open, I can quickly see that my putter face isn't even close to matching what I need to do. So I know I've set these alignment sticks in the right place. I then set the putter down, and if I form a right angle, I know we can tick that one off. Second thing is, are my feet and shoulders aiming in the right place? So a lot of people I notice actually have their shoulders aiming left of where their feet are pointing. So you'll look from this view here at the moment, I have my shoulders open. So when your shoulders are open and your feet are square, it's going to make it difficult to get the putter face coming through square at impact. So it will tend to move your swing path a little bit to the left. So if we can get everything aimed correctly, so you can just take your setup and put the club here, you could have a mirror there, and I think people should practice at home. You can use a mirror to your advantage. Just get that mirror behind, take your setup, glance back at the mirror, and just make sure that your shoulders are in fact in line with my feet. And it might just be that's the thing that's really causing you grief. I see very few people with their shoulders aligned with their feet. So I've sorted my club face out, I've sorted out my shoulders. The other thing I tend to look at is, where are my eyes in relation to the ball? Now, ideally we want, if I take my setup here, I want my eyes to be somewhere between the ball, so somewhere between here and here on the putter face, okay? Anywhere there is fine. What I don't want to see, if I take the ball and drop it, I don't want to see the ball down there because my eyes are nowhere near over the right spot. So if I take my setup and I drop the ball from my eyes, that's landed level with the ball. So as I said, anywhere level is good, level toward the heel of my putter. If I can do that, my eyes are in the right place. If I have my eyes too far this way, it's going to affect my backswing. If I have my eyes on the inside line of the ball too much, I'm going to tend to take it on too big an arc, and the putter does arc a little bit. So that's another thing. A really simple way, if you got a blank CD or a DVD and turned it upside down with a mirrored side, you could put that on the ground, put a golf ball in the hole, and as you take your setup, if you can see your eyes anywhere on that CD or DVD, your eyes are in the right position. But if you take your setup and you can't see your eyes, you've got a problem. So you want to get your eyes in the right position. So the next logical thing would be, as I swing the putter, am I moving my focus from my left hand to my right hand? I quite often ask people, which hand do you putt with? And they look at me silly. You've got to be one or the other. You can't have both hands in control because they're both doing nothing. So most people are better just thinking of their right hand. So I think a great drill is just to take your setup. You could actually hold your right shoulder with your left arm, and from there, just swing the putter back and through. I just hit that with too much speed so it didn't go in, but the stroke was actually pretty good. And that gives you a different feel, and you think, oh, okay, that feels different. But with both hands on, especially if you think you're a putter that takes it straight back and through, which doesn't exist, there's a lot of manipulation you've got to do with your hands to try and keep that putter square. With right hand only on the club, like this, there's no manipulation. I'm not trying to do anything as such. I'm just taking the putter back and through, and it's a much better looking stroke when you do it. Then we get on to speed control, and speed control is a big one. Okay, so when it comes to speed control, the big mistake that I see most people doing is they have a backswing that is too short and a follow through that is too long. We've got the US Masters on TV at the moment, so I've been talking to a few clients and saying, just watch the way they putt on the TV. Could be any tournament in the world. Overwhelmingly, these players have, at worst, the same length backswing and follow through, but mostly they've got a longer backswing and a shorter follow through. If I had the camera set up on the first green of any golf course, you would overwhelmingly see a backswing that was too short and a follow through that is too long. So on a putt of this, they would go like that. And it might be, gee, that nearly went in, but it's very hard to get distance control. So what I much prefer people to do is to have a bigger backswing. So we have a much bigger backswing and then a reduced follow through. We're not stopping on it, but it makes sense that when we putt, that the putter is going the same speed back and through, but due to the collision of the putter on the ball, it reduces the speed after impact. Yet most people are having this concept in their head of never up, never in. So they're accelerating when they hit the putt. So the fastest point of their putter is after impact. We don't want that. We want the fastest point of the putter to be at impact. Once the ball has been struck by the club then slows down. So it's not a deceleration, it's like what I like to call dead acceleration. You accelerate to the point where you hit the ball, then it slows down. So overwhelmingly, if I just like people to stand here and just have a slightly bigger backswing than they think is necessary and just follow through a bit shorter. You'll find you're going to get a much better roll on it, and as a result, your distance control improves a lot. So just lengthen the backswing and shorten the follow through. Very, very important. Okay, so another thing that affects distance control and speed control is the speed of your putting stroke. So I see a lot of people that are very, very quick. Now, I like people to just get a metronome out and set it to about 52 to 54 beats per minute. So, and have that on the ground, and you can see the metronome going tick, tock, tick, tock. And I like people to do that at home on the carpet. And we just think about tick, tock, tick, tock. It's a much slower swing than you think. So I see people with very short, fast swings. We need to slow it down a bit. 52 beats per minute is somewhere about right. Or if you have an app, you're also looking at about 0.6 of a second on the backswing and 0.3 of a second on the downswing. So that's a good ratio. So it can be a bit more, it can be 0.7 on the backswing and 0.35 on the downswing, but the ratio remains the same. That's pretty good if you can do it. So without a ball, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. It's the same back and it is through. But due to that collision of club face on ball, it slows it down. So without a ball, it would be tick, tock. If it's a longer swing, it's the same. It's tick, tock. If it's shorter, it's tick, tock. Then we just stand over it. Tick, tock. And it does help you in your speed control of the putter and speed control when you putt. So the other thing that I notice people doing, especially in my drop 4 shots in 4 weeks training program and the remote coaching people that I coach, when we do putting, quite often I see this. So as soon as they hit the putt, their head moves and follows the path of the ball. So they think, oh, I'm just watching where the ball's going, but the reality is your head, people think it's only their eyes that are moving, but the reality is it's the eyes that are moving, the head that is moving, the shoulders that are moving, and it does produce a shot that goes left. But then you can compensate and then hold the putter face open to stop it going left, and you can miss right. Ideally, I think it's good that you don't see the putter going in. So one of the drills that I get a lot of people to do is to hit the putt, 1, 2, 3, and then look up, and you can see, so on a putt of this length, which is just under 15 feet, yeah, you can just see the ball as it gets near the hole. If you're seeing the ball halfway on a 15-foot putt, you're looking up too soon. So it takes a bit of practice and it feels very uncomfortable. But on a putt of this length, we just hit the putt, 1, 2, 3. Look up, so the distance control is better. It's keeping the ball on the right line much better. So there's a few things that you can do that work on start line, pace control, distance control. And I know that if you can do those things, it will definitely help improve your putting. Now, if you want to improve your putting, I've got a link to another video just up there that I know is going to help you to make inroads on your putting, become a better putter, and it's going to lower your score.